It's been a while since we covered science fiction on the show, and with it being the holidays, let's talk about Last Ounce of Courage. It's about the most fictitious war since the Texas-Israeli War of 1999. That's right, I'm talking about the war on Christmas. It doesn't take much to make me grumpy around this time of year. After all, apparently I'm a fucking movie Grinch. Last Ounce of Courage is about a jackass who doesn't realize how good he's got it and has too much time on his hands, who pitches a bitch fit because some people say Christmas and some other people say holidays. Oh, did I say jackass? I meant this is a very real issue, and the only person who can save us is fucking Jimmy Reno from Roadhouse. He's playing a character named... I'm not even kidding... Bob Revere. Clearly a descendant of Paul Revere, because we all remember that famous quote, "The British are coming, the British are coming to remove our Christmas decorations." The movie comes to us from the year 2012, and if this didn't cause the world to destroy itself, then nothing will. It's even from Hellfighter Productions. No one fights hell in this movie, by the way. They just fight people who don't ejaculate over Christmas. And like every other exploitation movie I review on here, this movie starts out with a quote,
"Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We didn't pass it on to our children in the bloodstream."
And what will cause that extinction? The baby Jesus ain't allowed on government property! Apparently this quote is attributed to 1961. Oops, I meant Reagan, the 40th president, who was not the 40th president in 1961. Oh my, the filmmakers know how to put a square battery image on the screen. We get flashbacks showing Bob's son Thomas all through life, like when he got that job at the tuxedo factory. I guess Last Ounce of Courage means the day he got married? Yes, thank you for decorating your motorcycle, Bob. I would have thought you were from Cuba if you didn't do that.
You know, I always saw myself as a patriot. I don't remember anyone telling me that freedom had to be fought for and defended.
Well, I see you as overcompensating. Time to say goodbye as Thomas goes off to war in the Heartland? Must be really important since Mom keeps putting the camera down. He's just hoping his wife loses weight before he gets back. You can tell he's really popular. Even Captain America from Easy Rider is there.
I'm so proud of you.
I'm not proud of you. He then whispers to him what Bill Murray whispered to Scarlett Johansson. This ends with them giving him the camera, so why were you filming all the footage of him leaving? I'll bet you're gonna wish you had that camera while he's gone. Don't worry, he's not in Iraq. He's just guarding a warehouse in Houston. Mostly they're just fighting an army of stock footage, and I'm not sure, but I think the editing is telling me that his unit blew up his own wife. This doesn't sit well with Bob, who's still trying desperately hard to turn into Ray Liotta. But there is some bad news.
I'll never forget the sound of that doorbell.
Ma'am, I'm afraid we have terrible news. Your son is gay. Actually, he's quite dead.
Sacrificing his life, he was awarded the Bronze Star. He will always be troubled. And it goes on to say, trust in God.
Why are multiple people talking at once? Most of you didn't show up to watch him leave, but you're making damn sure he's dead. But the good news is that Dad exceeded his amount of flair needed to work at the biker restaurant. Bob is dealing with this quite poorly.
I wanted the world to stop and understand the pain that I was in, to know how I was suffering. Kari and my grandson left when I needed them the most. They were the only part of Thomas I still had left.
The important thing is that this is all about you. Go ahead and drape that giant flag over your motorcycle. I would have been confused otherwise. I was starting to think you might be Russian. And then cut to another shot of the flag because we wouldn't want the audience to think that we're watching something made by a group of filthy fucking commies. It's 14 years later, and Bob now works at a pharmacy.
Something I can do for you, gentlemen?
You steal our Steppenwolf CDs, bro? Actually, he treats them for a gunshot wound? What the fuck? So he fixes them up and then says he doesn't want to do anything illegal. I'm sure he accidentally rolled over on his gun. Bullets are like paper cuts, though. Just hug it out. He'll be fine. Best get home for the holidays.
You're all grown up. Just like your dad. He looks like his dad.
It's not some LA gang handshake, is it?
Bob.
Huh?
Oh, you mean like the gang you just patched up? Or is that okay because that gang is white? But things are already tense at dinner.
Do you remember that old missions church that was downtown? The one with the Jesus Saves cross on the side? We bought that building and we put the community mission there.
Cross isn't there anymore.
I have lost my appetite.
It offended somebody.
Yeah, it offends Jesus. He was killed on a cross. While their son may have died in the war, at least the camera survived.
You can watch those.
The others have me and your mom banging. Hard. Bob's already seen this episode of Seventh Heaven, so he's not interested. And like every privileged, entitled little shit, Bob's grandson Christian needs something to complain about.
So why don't people do Christmas like that anymore? With the shepherds and everything.
Well, for a long time, people have been trying to pass laws to get rid of Christmas altogether.
People still celebrate Christmas! And yes, I said his name was Christian Revere, cause Crucifix McVirgin Birth would have been too obvious. After we flash back to Bob waving goodbye to Old West trains, I'm not exactly sure why part of the movie is being shown within the movie when it wasn't the camcorder footage, but we get to find out what Bob told him.
Told him to come home. And I told him to defend our freedoms with his last ounce of courage.
And then he died trying to set up Christmas lights in Saddam's palace. Christian looks through some of his dad's old things and then begins talking with his possible lesbian love interest. Unfortunately, Bob lurks around and shows up out of nowhere.
Hey, Bob.
That needs to be in the box.
Can I keep it in my room?
No.
If there is a God, someone make this wet blanket smile every once in a while. But like every Wonder Bread Christian film, we gotta get in the basketball scene. And wait a minute, that's actor Rusty Joyner, and he's hitting on Tom's wife. Rusty Joyner, by the way, is the actor who starred in Voiceless, the movie about women's health that was written, directed by, and starring men. He also played a serial rapist in Unsullied. I can believe they're both part of the same universe. Now Mom tells a story about how she's secretly a werewolf while the girls do some deep dishing.
Chris is so California.
Now, what is that supposed to mean?
He's so hot. Hey, you ought to get him to try out for the play.
Oh, yeah, so you can hit on him?
You're more interested in each other than Christian Revere. You don't have to hide it. Christian, however, is in big trouble. He brought a Bible to school.
Christian, when prayer was banned from school, so was the Bible. It's just the way it is now.
That's a stupid rule.
Yeah, it's almost like in reality you're allowed to bring your Bible to school and read it on your own time, so long as it's not taught in the classes. They do find out it's not an actual rule, though. The principal is just scared of the controversy. I wonder what makes these characters so fear-based.
Factor Investigation segment tonight. As you know, Christmas has become controversial in America. Public displays of the federal holiday are under attack by the ACLU, and some department stores even tell employees to avoid saying Merry Christmas.
Here's an idea. If you want to wish someone a Merry Christmas, wish them a Merry Christmas. But if you're not sure what they practice, go ahead and just say Happy Holidays, 'cause, you know, there's more than one holiday in December. Once again, the Reveres have too much time on their hands.
Your grandfather was in a very special unit.
What are you doing now?
It's not that easy, kid. What are you doing?
I'm just one kid.
Well, I'm just one grandpa.
So, Are you two gonna fuck or something? Time to raid the contraband, I mean Christmas decorations.
Are you guys thinking what I'm thinking? If you're thinking it's cheesy, then yeah. No, let's put it up. Let's put it all up tonight.
Oh my god, it's almost like no one will give a shit if you do this. Get to the real part of the story. Rusty Joyner wanting to fuck his dead friend's wife.
I hope this isn't completely awkward. Can I take you to dinner sometime?
You might as well go to dinner with him. He is the best actor in the movie. Fuck that date shit though. War! Christmas!
You remember that plaque that used to be on the courthouse wall? One with the Ten Commandments in it?
Sure.
Remember that great big Christmas tree used to be on the courthouse lawn?
Yeah.
Whatever happened to Christmas in this town?
There are Christians who get beheaded because of their beliefs. And you people are complaining about Christmas. Now he's got to let dead people know he's a patriot. He's also going to ride through the Confederacy graveyard for shits and giggles. Oh, and we also find out that Bob is apparently the mayor. Thanks for letting us know now. Between being mayor and a pharmacist, doesn't he have more important shit to worry about?
They can help me bring Christmas back to this town. And I mean, we're coming back in a big way. I am talking angels, I am talking mangers, I'm talking wreaths, I'm talking the birth of Jesus. I'm talking about Christmas.
It's that thing that still gets celebrated today. You're just pissed because other people want to celebrate stuff too. You poor thing. Don't worry, there's more travesties.
School districts across the United States are taking Christmas break off the calendar completely and replacing it with winter break.
Not everyone takes the week off for Christmas! I'm starting to see why your school's test scores are so low. Why focus on math or science when there's a war on Christmas? Bob wants to turn this into Christmas City, which makes the news on a slow news day.
Well, I actually got the idea from my grandson.
He was wondering, why don't we celebrate Christmas around here anymore? To tell you the truth, I just couldn't give him a good answer.
Probably because millions and millions and millions of people still celebrate Christmas to the point to where it makes appearances in not one, but two major parades, and there is a shopping day that is dedicated to people rioting over what to give each other for Christmas.
This is freedom. This is freedom. There's strength and confidence.
This is even affecting the school play, which has had its lines changed to this.
But Zonor, we are the space aliens who have traveled from afar. Will the king accept us?
It has been foretold that the king will be born this night on planet Earth, and he will accept all who seek him and find him.
But how will we know it is the true king?
The supernova will light our way to the pot of gold. There the king will be, just as predicted in the scrolls of Plutonia.
What?
You know, I think with you two in the cast, this will be our most memorable winter space odyssey ever.
Okay, what the hell? That sounds kind of awesome. But it's not awesome to anti-Christian politician Warren Hammerschmidt. Get it? 'Cause he's played by Fred the Hammer Williamson.
The mayor's the pharmacist. Who is this?
This is the
Hammer. Warren Hammersmith.
It looked like it pained him to say that. Even though he's clearly just reading his lines, he's still scary.
Obviously, your mayor is not fully cognizant of the statutes that pertain to the separation of church and state. Can you remember all that?
If this movie ends with Fred gunning down Christmas decorations, I might recommend this. But rest assured, these Christmas decorations will be taken down, just as they are all over the country. By the way, I live in Springfield, which is the capital of Illinois, so, follow me for a second. 2 blocks down from me is the Capitol building, and here's what it looks like now.
take your persecution complex and shove it straight up your ass.
Even the kids want to get in on Operation Christmas. They're even changing the lines in the play to make it Christian. Why would you ruin a masterpiece? Bob's got an interview to give, though.
Well, if trying to restore a holiday that the majority of our citizens enjoy, but a few old sore heads don't, makes me reckless and insensitive.
Right? If you want your holiday to be recognized along with Christmas, then you're just a big old sourhead. And speaking of sourheads...
You and your organization have been putting fear into every weak-kneed school board and city council in this country.
At least he's not making up a phony war. Oh, and again, here's how bad the education system is here.
I've been doing some serious research, and the real Christmas story, shepherds find the baby king, not aliens.
Really?
You're just now finding that out? And speaking of Operation Christmas, that's the name of their group. Operation Christmas.
Operation Christmas? Can't we come up with a cooler name than that?
It's Operation Christmas.
How about Operation Sabotage?
We know you want to shoot up the school because they took your Bible away. Stop talking! It's kind of ironic, though, that the kids who are pissed for taking Christmas out of things are trying to come up with alternate names to take the word Christmas out of their operation.
Madison, I'm sorry, but your sabotage plan, it's missing something.
Guns. Now they're planning on getting mad at the sky for denying them snow over the holidays. No more unrealistic than this.
A couple of years ago, my son mentioned the word God in his valedictorian speech. Well, today we would be sued by some lone humanist.
Or at least that's what the viewers of this film think. I love any scene where an old white guy explains persecution to a black man. And if you think saying Christmas is bad, think of the music!
Not one channel plays real Christmas music anymore.
Follow me again. Watch this. There is not one, but two stations in town that play non-stop 24-hour Christmas music from Thanksgiving to Christmas. This movie is made by lying sacks of shit. Don't worry, we'll give you some Christmas music, though.
We three kings of Orient are.
And now he's pro getting rid of Christmas music. No, seriously, he gives him a dirty look to make him stop singing. Guess only he can deny people Christmas music. Oh, and we're 50 minutes in, and we finally have a scene where they're feeding and giving clothes to the poor. Maybe they should be focusing on that, and not whether Black Caesar disapproves of your lights. But fuck all this, what about the space play? Sheer brilliance. And of course, this small town play is being directed by every off-Broadway auteur Dieter from SNL stereotype. But as we all know, there's no other Christmas stories they can tell. It has to be the nativity story, only replaced with aliens. Again, I see no problem with this. Joke's on them, since they're rewriting the lines, that means they have to memorize 2 scripts. And that Christmas tree is hung up at City Hall because the true meaning of Christmas is governments preferring one religion over another. So much for being a mayor of all the people. Cigar-smoking Washington bigwig is not amused. And neither are those experiencing real persecution. Or, to put it simply,
I say we all enjoy that tree like we used to. And everybody else just take a chill pill.
take a chill pill, all you Jewish people out there.
You have overstepped your boundaries, Mr. Hammerschmidt. I take offense to your politically motivated actions.
Oh, he must be talking to a mirror. Any other stupid points?
You're trying to tell us how we can celebrate a national holiday. That would be like calling Columbus Day Great Explorers Day. It's just stupid.
No one wants to change the name of Christmas. And if it's an event that includes more than one holiday, why wouldn't it be called a holiday event? And Columbus isn't a religion. If you wanted to find a holiday that isn't controversial, why would your go-to example be Columbus Day? So he's got to have his religious decorations moved from the county courthouse. Oh, you poor soul. You might have to put them anywhere else. But back to that play.
All the prophets foretold, we'll find a pot of gold.
If only there were non-religious Christmas songs they could have used. Nah, just change the lyrics to Silent Night. Another example of just how privileged they are, they're still complaining about the play. Hey kids, you could have just dropped out of the play or not auditioned. Oh, in a movie about the importance of displaying Christmas decorations, just use special effects to light its tree. Yeah. Think it looks bad now? Wait till some atheist hooligans knock that motherfucker down. And the angel is even stomped on too. This is truly the worst thing to happen since 9/11. Controversy surrounds the mayor, though, when they try to smear him for not being a war hero because in Vietnam his foot hit a tripwire, which got some people killed. Not sure if that happened in the stock footage or if it happened in this scene, which was maybe in Chatham, Illinois. Clearly, this is too much for this town.
The mayor of Mount Columbus was fired last night by the city council.
He spent all of the town's yearly budget on Christmas decorations and did nothing to fight the wave of biker gang-related violence. He should be fired! So he's gonna drive to City Hall and personally shove a giant cross up those big-wig, bureaucratic, ACLU liberal-loving asses. Actually, he goes on top of the local mission building to pull the cross on top of it. You know, like a crazy person. 'Cause as we all know, crosses are never on religious mission buildings. Mayor, I just got stabbed with a machete on accident, but I'm one of them good patriotic white gangs. Can you help me? The cross gets hung and many people in the town cheer, while other folks in the town continue going about their day because they have real shit to do. Too bad. They're gonna miss speech time.
400 years ago, our forefathers left the religious oppression of another land to build this one. And the first thing they did was to put a cross on the shores of the Atlantic.
The Native Americans would beg to differ.
We are losing freedoms, one by one, that our forefathers, our brothers in arms, and my son died for.
Right? Watch as he hangs up this cross and nothing happens. This movie is like Red Dawn if they were invaded by television propaganda.
Young men and women are dying in foreign lands to preserve the freedoms that we enjoy every single day. Can you hear them? Just listen. It's their voices from the graves. They're wondering if they died in vain.
No, they're thinking that they died for real issues, and not because some old biker can use their deaths to complain that there's not enough Christmas lights in Whoville. Now the crowd cheers more. Yay! The crazy town drunk is going to jail! Yay! Wait a minute, the word cross is already in the mission's name. God damn it, no one gives a shit if the building has an actual cross on it. This is truly an inspiring moment, even for the news people.
Jessica? What are you doing?
Something I should have done a long time ago, Walter. I'm going home to spend Christmas with my family.
People still work on holidays. You are so fired. Oh, I forgot to mention, there's been a mysterious figure who pops up in the background a few scenes who may be hippie Jesus. He gives Bob the greatest gift of all, the gift of listening to the most absurd scene in the movie. The school play is finally being performed.
Behold, don't be afraid. I am an angel, and I bring you good news of great joy, which will be to all nations. Today and
You didn't write that, did you?
I haven't seen a brilliant space opera get this butchered since the Star Wars special editions. They actually go as far as locking the play director in the closet. That'll stick it to the people in the audience who don't celebrate Christmas. The play ends with Christian showing a video of his father giving a private message of love to his wife and family. And the other people in the audience are like, okay.
I just want you to know that I'm fighting for you over here and for our freedom. I do it because I love my country and because I love you.
Pet Christian now feels like an idiot for bitching about a play. I guess this video's alright though. It's not like it shows him getting killed.
Well, God bless you guys. I love you. And Merry Christmas.
What the fuck? Perhaps you should have watched the end of the video. Now all of these families have seen your father getting blown up. That's right, people who came to see their kids in a school play now know what the inside of Thomas Revere's skull looks like. But thankfully they didn't see a non-denominational play about aliens. That's way worse. This deserves a slow clap. Yay, nativity snuff films! This is very unrealistic. The only thing this guy would be saying is, ugh, fucking white people. By the way, I wasn't kidding. Yes, the long-haired guy is either an angel or Jesus. Maybe he should be with those actually being killed for their beliefs. This scene is supposed to be very emotional, but I'm just relieved he's against the number 666. Their estranged daughter even comes back. She's very apologetic for, I don't know, the movie never really says. I'm assuming she recorded over his favorite Duck Dynasty episodes. And again, Jesus was in this film. Ow! Blow me! Fred decides not to have everyone arrested, probably because that would never be an option, and it would interrupt more speech time.
I love my country, and I love being free. But I now know that freedom only comes with great sacrifice from each and every one of us.
Yeah, we all have to sacrifice some dignity in order to make fear-based propaganda pieces of shit like this. It ends with another quote from Reagan, this time in 1964. He still wasn't the president when he said this. And look! Pandering! Merry fucking strawmansmas! This is a movie about people so well off and so privileged that they just have to feel victimized and persecuted about something. Anything. They want to feel that they are victims too, even though they're not, and they live pretty fucking solid lives. Here's where I would normally get into who made the movie. Well, okay, idiots. Idiots made this movie. The movie is written and directed by fucking idiots for idiots. Idiots made this film because they know just how idiotic a person would have to be in order to buy this blatant piece of idiot porn. So Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, take care of yourselves and each other, and don't be a fucking idiot.
Gonna get a big old Christmas tree. Christmas tree, that is.